y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and be a little vulnerable with you guys. Y'all know how I am on my page. Like, I like to just talk and be vulnerable and, just let you guys in my business and stuff like that. And I like to be honest with you guys. So yesterday my friend was like, she called out something that I really didn't think was a thing. Like, I've heard of it, but I never really thought it was a thing or whatever until I kind of sat back and I'm like, and thought about it. So she's like, she has said that you're still grieving someone who is alive. And at first I was like, girl, what you talking about? Like, I've heard of that before, but I've never been through that. I've never experienced that. I don't think I've ever experienced that. And she was like, yeah. She was like, you're grieving someone that is still alive. And I was like, you know what? And I sat there and I thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? I think that I am. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm in a great space in my life, but I still am grieving the person that hurt me so bad 8 months ago, like 7 or 8 months ago. Still grieving that person, but he's alive. And I had to really come to the conclusion because, like, I made a video on my TikTok. If you haven't seen it, just go to my TikTok with the MUA. And I made a video, and the video was just like, I have no more love to give because I really don't have no more love to give. And the reason why I said that is because I was supposed to go out on a date with this guy. Seems like a pretty nice guy or whatever, but I ended up canceling the date the day of because I just wasn't feeling it. Great guy, seems like a cool guy, seems like he got his shit together, but I canceled that date. And he was just like, I understand, I didn't give him a reason why. I was just like, I'm just not feeling it. But the way I felt, like, I was like, damn, like, I feel bad, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I was just like letting him know, like, damn, like, I'm not feeling it. So he's like asking questions and stuff like that. And then I just like stopped talking to him, just blocked him. And I really felt like my intentions originally going on that date was not to get to know him, not to build anything or nothing like that. This was literally just like something to do, basically. And I had to really step back because I'm like, this is not even the type of person I am. This is not even my character. I don't do stuff like this because people have feelings. Like, it doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman. Like, people have fucking feelings, you know what I'm saying? And I had to think about, like, what if somebody did that to me? You know what I'm saying? And I'm a very sensitive girl. Like, I'm very sensitive. But how I've been lately, I was just like not giving a fuck about these niggas, and I have not been giving a fuck about their feelings, what they going through. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's just like how my attitude has been lately. And my homegirl was just like, you grieving someone that you lost, but he's still here. And I'm just like, yeah, I am. Because before, I was a fucking lover girl. Like, I was a lover girl. I loved love. Like, I was so genuine. I was so soft. I was so put together. I was so in love. Like, I loved love. And I was always the one that seen the bigger picture and shit. You know what I'm saying? I always give people the benefit of the doubt. And then when it came down to a man, I always considered, that man's feelings, or anybody's feelings for that matter. Considered them, probably put them before me, or whatever the case may be, because that's just the person that I am. But after the heartbreak that I experienced earlier this year, it really put me into this space of, I don't give a fuck about your feelings and what the fuck you going through. You want to go on a date? Okay, cool. But it was just no emotion behind it. It was just like a blank. It was just like my canvas, but there was no emotion behind it. And I had to really kind of get out of that. You know what I'm saying? But I had to really come to the conclusion that the last guy, recently, this year, really turned me into a cold-hearted ass bitch. to where I think that I am grieving him. He's fucking still alive. But I think that I'm grieving the fact that how he asked to be together and I said yes. And that was like the most happiest time. That was like one of the most happiest times of my life because I was so genuine. I was like, God damn, like fucking finally, like we damn near was fucking together. But officially is when he asked me earlier this year. And I was so happy. Even though and it wasn't like glitz and balloons and fireworks and a booked hotel and all that. But it wasn't something that was out of the norm with him because he's not a romantic type of person anyway. And that's just in general. He's just not a romantic type of person in general. So that didn't alarm me or whatever. And I was just like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I had to call him because I wanted to make sure, like, nigga, you for real or you just playing? You just bullshitting because don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't play my feelings. Don't play with me like that. And it was just like, it was like, yeah, like, yes. And he was, at that time, he was going through something at that time. And I think this was more so of a time where it's like, okay, bitch, you say that you really love me. Let me see if you really love me. And I'm just like, I want to say like why, but he was just like, he's like, okay, you saying that you love me, you care about me. So you love me, you care about me, even though I don't got this, that, whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, yeah, like that don't define who you are, whatever the case may be. Like I know who you are. You know, nigga, I spent 3.5 years with you, nigga, I know who you are. And so I was like, yeah, and whatever. And because that's just the type of person that I am, like I don't care about what you have and what you don't have. Now don't come over here without nothing, but you know, that doesn't define anything or whatever. So I'm like, hell yeah. So whatever, we got together. And like I was just so fucking happy, y'all. Like I was so fucking happy. Like he knew I was happy. And I was so happy. I never told anybody at that time that I got, like, oh, that's my man or whatever. I never said anything. I kept that to myself because in the back of my mind, it was always a question mark in the back of my mind. Like, why are you really wanting to be together? I couldn't figure it out, but I always had a question mark in my mind. Like, there's a motive behind it. Like, why are you wanting to be together now? Like, why all of a sudden now you want to be together? And I'm just like, I just kept it like that or whatever. And, we just kind of just went on or whatever. And as we went on, I started to realize, like, this shit make me really happy. Like, this is my person. Like, this is the nigga that I want. Like, it's a lot of niggas out here. It's a lot of niggas that got more than him. A lot of niggas that look better than him. But this is the nigga that I want. And I'm just like, yeah, hell yeah. And he knew how much I loved him and stuff like that. But I started to see, like, our future. You know what I'm saying? Okay, bitch, you've been delusional. But no. I started to, like, really see our future. Like, bitch, like, I had planned a surprise birthday. His birthday was coming up in August. I had booked a surprise birthday for him. And, we were going to go out of town. He didn't know that. That was going to be a surprise. That was one of his surprise birthdays or whatever. Like, that was my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my man. So, hell yeah, I was surprising him. He didn't know about it. But I had booked the hotel and everything. All this shit was booked in advance or whatever. The only thing that wasn't booked in advance was our tickets. And I had went ahead and set everything aside, you know what I'm saying, for the tickets or whatever. Because I was going to bring it to his attention and I wanted to make sure, like, he was gonna go because he was still, like, transitioning work-wise and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure that he was going to be able to go, whatever. So that's why I didn't book the actual plane ticket, but I did book the motherfucking hotel, though. So then, as I booked the hotel or whatever, like, I'm excited, y'all. Like, I'm so excited. At this point, like, I'm really, really excited. So now, like, I really want to spend time with him. I want to do things. I want to create memories. Like, I want to do shit like that. Like, fucking, like, real couple-ass people do. Like, hello? Like, what people in a relationship really do or whatever, because, bitch, that was my man. At that time, that was my boyfriend. Like, we got together. He was my boyfriend. That was my man. I was very excited about that. And then So yeah, so then all of that literally start to like change and stuff like that. Like he was still there. We were still talking every day, texting every day, checking in on each other every day and stuff like that. But I felt like for me, because we had already knew each other for 3.5 years, I felt like we was kind of like skipping over the whole let me get to know you stage or whatever. I wanted to dive right into, ooh, let's go here, let's go there, let's do this, let's go ahead and do that. And I think what played a big role into why he just wasn't so excited to do a lot of things is because of the situation that he was in at that time. Again, I got him and we got together at a really vulnerable time in his life and stuff like that is how best I can describe it without putting his business out there like that. I felt like I got him at a very vulnerable time in his life, so he couldn't give me 150% of him. I felt like maybe like I feel like if he would have been genuine and actually genuinely gave us a chance, I really feel like we would be together today if he was just like really genuine. But I blame, and we had a conversation one day about this, and this is before we had got together. I had a conversation with him. This is like 2 o'clock in the morning, like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I told him like how he is as a person, which is like a nonchalant, emotionalist, non-romantic type of person. And we had a deep conversation. Like, we was on the phone for freaking hours, like hours. And we were talking about this, and he was listening to me. And I had literally told him, I was like, you know, your childhood, you were raised on survival, you know, which is the reason why you are the way you are. And so we talked a lot about his parents, his upcoming and stuff like that. He did have someone that was a mother figure in his life, but I had to explain to him that's not the same thing as a mom, like your birth mom, the one who carried you for 9 years and stuff like that. It's not the same type of relationship. But I also had to explain to him that, you know, there are people out there that do love you. There are people who care about you and all of that type of stuff. So you have got to transition your mind out of the survival mode and stuff like that. Like, there are people who care about you. There are people who do love you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They're like here, they're in your face. Bitch, I was really pertaining to me. Because, bitch, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got you. Like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're not even talking about no money shit. Like, I'm letting you know, like, I got you emotionally, I got you physically, I got you spiritually, like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can let your guard down with me. You can be you. You know what I'm saying? You can be a soft nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, like, a soft nigga as in, like, you a simp or whatever, but you can let your guard down with me. You can be soft with me or whatever. You don't have to always have your guard up with me. Like, you know, it's safe here. And I made sure that even though we wasn't together, I made sure that he knew it was safe here. And it was always safe here. Everything was safe here. I always had his back no matter what. Like, even before we got together, I always got him. I always had him or whatever. And when I say always had him, I mean, like, I always had his back. I always watched his back and stuff like that. I always, like, was there to reason him, to talk to him. He wanted to vent about something. I always went to him for advice. Like, I told him everything. Like, when I tell you, like, when I tell y'all that was my person, like, I felt like that was genuinely my person. Like, genuinely no bullshit. Like, I really felt like that was my person, to where I don't let nobody around my son. Nobody around my son. But I felt so comfortable enough, like I wanted him to meet my son and stuff like that, like an actual genuine, you know, like a formal meet my son or whatever. And I felt that because I felt like I knew he was a good dad. You know what I'm saying? He's always been a good dad. He's always been an amazing dad. He has a daughter, so he's always been an amazing dad. I see how he is with his daughter. He's an amazing dad. I would never take that away from him. So yeah. And so I'm just like, you know, like, how I talk about him, you know, like, you really fucking hurt me, you know what I'm saying? And my friend was just fucking right. Like, you are still grieving a person that is very much still alive. And I had to really understand that that's a real thing. I am grieving a person that's still alive, even though, like, I'm in a better space and stuff like that. I'm not sad and shit anymore, because I'm not even gonna lie, like, when I started to put pieces together on why he really asked to be together and why he wanted to be together, and it wasn't because you cared about me, you loved me, you liked me, and all of that type of stuff. Like, yeah, you say I miss you, and he says I love you and stuff like that, but he didn't really mean none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Once I started to put the pieces as to why he really was there, everything started to make sense to me, and I'm just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. But I think the thing that hurt me the most is, even though this shit just happened like earlier this year, I feel like this type of hurt is a lot different than a hurt that I've had in the past with my son's father. And my son's father hurt me fucking bad, but I really feel like this is a different type of hurt or whatever. And I'm not even gonna lie, like, it hurt. Like, the way he did me really, really fucking hurted. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to find out that you were already cheating the moment that you asked to be together. You already was cheating. I just had to find out later on. I just had to find out later on about that. But yeah, like, I think I walk around in this world where I'm grieving that motherfucker, but I'm also still want an apology. I still want the acknowledgement. I still want that I just wasn't some bum ass bitch, or I just wasn't some bitch that you just met off the street or something like that. Like, I was a real ass bitch with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a really real ass bitch with you. I was a motherfucker that cared. I'm talking about a bitch that cared. Motherfucker that cared. We shared deep shit. Like, I was one of those people that was important in your life. Like, I wasn't just some little fling in your life, or just some little ditzy bitch or something like that in your life. Like, I was one of those people where I was important in your life. So the way he did me really fucked with my mental at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really did. Because when all that shit happened, I'm just like, I didn't get to get a closure. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get closure. I didn't get to talk to you. I didn't get to express how I felt. Like, I expressed how I felt, but you were never receiving of how I felt and stuff like that. And then you just started doing weird shit, and then you just started moving weird, and then you just like started treating me like I just wasn't a fucking factor. And I couldn't understand why, because then it just started to make sense to me that, oh, you fucking with somebody, you got somebody, you can't juggle multiple bitches. You know what I'm saying? You got this one, which is me, who is really, really want this and really love this and want to spend time and want to do this and go on dates and want to like flowers. Like, I wanted so much, and it was nothing that really cost. Like, I was some type of person where I wanted time and I wanted quality. I wanted quality time with him. I wanted to do family shit with him. Like, I wanted a family with him. Like, I wanted us to be a family. I didn't want any more kids. But his daughter, my son, me and him, like, I wanted us to be a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't talking about this, but I was even to the point, bitch, I'm up here looking for houses and shit like that for us. Oh, that's so fucking embarrassing. But no, for real, like, I really was at a point where, like, bitch, I wanted a family. And, like, bitch, I was even looking for houses for us. Like, for our family. You know what I'm saying? Because when we got together, like, this, and I told him, like, this ain't no schmegular, regular ass shit. Like, this is something that we're gonna build. We're gonna be together forever. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking important shit, future shit. Like, yeah, bitch, I want a fucking house. Like, no, we're not gonna be in a fucking apartment for the rest of our lives. Like, I want a family. I want a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at shit like that. I'm looking up shit like businesses and stuff like that. Like, how can we make extra money together? Like, I got my own money, you got your own money. You know what I'm saying? We got money and stuff like that together from a business. Like, I was thinking about so much other shit. Like, when I tell y'all on my iPad, I literally had so much shit going on my iPad to where, bitch, when I tell you, like, we was finna be a happy couple, but I found out that I was the only one invested in this relationship. He wasn't invested in it. He was just in it for one reason. And once I found out that reason, that's where shit started to really, really change. Once I found out that you was only here for one damn reason, and once I found out that motive, that's when shit started changing or whatever. But then I started to realize that I really so then once I found out and I realized like you are really in this relationship alone, you're really in this relationship by yourself because you're the only one that's putting in effort and trying. And when I tell y'all I knew him, I knew him. Like I knew his favorite color. I knew things that he liked. I knew things that he didn't like. Like I just knew giddy shit, you know what I'm saying, about him. But he didn't know shit about me. But it's not because you didn't know shit about me because we didn't know each other. Clearly we knew each other. It's just he didn't take the time to want to learn shit about me or anything besides the basic shit. As in, you know, you have a kid, you're a makeup artist, you're a content creator, you know, you're real independent. Like, besides shit like that, I'm talking about like little shit. Like, do you know my favorite color? Do you know what type of flowers I like? Do you know my favorite food? Like, it was like basic shit, like basic shit. And I just, like I said, like I got him at a very vulnerable time in his life. And that was my fault. That was my fault for not taking the time to really step back before just saying, yes, I'll be with you. Yes, I'll be your girlfriend. And so giddy about that, so happy about that. I blame myself because before I even said that, I should have just been like, why are you really wanting to be with me? Because you're not being with me because you really want to be with me and you really love me. You know, like, and I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I think he cared about me in a point in time. I really think he did. I really think he did because it was easy with me. And when I say it was easy with me, it was like I was someone that I was his peace. Like I could be peaceful. Like it wasn't drama. It wasn't messy. It wasn't sticky. It wasn't, you know, toxic. Like it wasn't that. But then I started to learn that I was so different than the girls he actually were interested in. Because every girl that I found out about, y'all know when shit be over, you start finding out a whole bunch of shit. I was nothing like the girls that he's interested in. You know? So, you know, once I felt like I was just begging this nigga and really talking, I felt like I was just talking to myself because at one point in time, I really think that he had changed his number or he had blocked me just out of the blue, just like randomly out of the blue. Like I feel like he just like blocked me or whatever. But I later found out a lot of things about him. I found out that he was actually living with someone. He was actually with someone. I found out that him and his baby mama never were over. I felt like he was still fucking with his baby mama. I felt like a girl that he claimed that he did not know about and was never with or never anything. I found out that even though she had posted a very nasty accusation online and tried to cover it up being anonymous, but we all knew that it was her, once she had said a key word and that keyword stuck out because she's used that keyword before that was brought to my attention before, and that's how I knew that that was her, but she had posted it anonymously. She had made a very nasty accusation. And then I found out that he still was talking to her. And not only that, and then I found out again that I had to find out on TikTok that he was with somebody else. Like, you know, moved on and forgot all about me and just was just with somebody else, making videos with somebody else. And when I say he left me, he did, because there wasn't a goodbye. There wasn't a I don't want this anymore. There wasn't a I can't do this anymore. There wasn't a you aren't my person or you aren't the one that I want to be with. There was literally nothing like that. I literally was there, showing up, being supportive, doing my job, what I was supposed to do, being there for him, helping him. There's still a debt there, but helping him. And I had to really realize that he was really there for that reason. That's when I found out, and everything tied into the reason of why he was really there in the first place. Because the moment that I said, you know what? No. The moment that I changed my mind on a situation, or I changed my mind on something, or I went back on something, which is very odd, which is very rare of me because I always keep my word. But when I went back on my word, and I went back on my word to test, you know what I'm saying, to test it out, because I needed to figure out, because I had this itch on me to where it was all coming back to me as to why he's here. And that started, and it confirmed everything as to why I was initially there. Because the moment that I said no, or I can't, the moment that everything changed. The moment that everything changed. And that right there let me know why we were together in the first place. Why you all of a sudden wanted to be together. Why did you want to be in a relationship? It all made sense then. And it sucked. It sucked for me. It sucked really, really bad for me. And I hated that for me, because I'm like, damn, like, I'm such a nice person. I'm such a genuine person. I'm such a loyal person. I'm such a fun person. I'm such a nice person, sweet person. I'm a lover girl. Like, I love love. I'm always checking up on him. I'm always being there. I'm always showing up. I'm always making sure that he's feeling good. Like, I'm always just there. And I never got that in return. You know what I'm saying? I never was able to get that in return. And even though I asked for nothing, I still got nothing. And once I realized that everything started to come to me, once I found out everything, and this one person made sure that I knew everything without physically coming to me and telling me themselves. They made sure to talk to the people that I knew that were going to come back and tell me. They made sure of that. And once I seen the whole video of him and another girl, that let me know that, like, damn, like, that nigga said, fuck me. When I confronted him about the video that I seen, the response was out of this fucking world. And it let me know, like, yeah, you gotta let go. Cause I was still holding on. I was still holding on to the fairy tale. Like, oh, we're gonna have our house, we're gonna be together, we're gonna have our family, we're gonna have our businesses. Like, I was still holding on to that. And then the response that I got from the video that he posted was absolutely insane. So that let me know right then and there, yeah, bitch, you gotta let go. He had already let go. He had let go before you even got into it. So I said all that to say, like, my friend, like, I am grieving. Even though I am okay, I'm good. Even though I'm good and I'm in a great space in my life, I look good and I feel good. I'm in an amazing space in my life. I have everything going for me. I'm still grieving a person that I once loved and I cared about so deeply. I'm still grieving that person. He's still here. He's still alive on this earth. You know what I'm saying? I wish things were different. I wish that he didn't do me like that, because I did not deserve that. But I don't wish harm on him or anything like that. Obviously, I haven't bashed him or anything like that. I just share my experience with a person. I just share my heartbreak experience. And I really wish that he would apologize to me because I didn't deserve that. So yeah, like I got played with and I got used real bad, real bad, real bad. Got used real bad. And it sucks. It sucks because I did not deserve that. I didn't deserve that. I'm such an amazing person. Such an amazing person. And I didn't deserve it. But I did this video because like my friend had put some shit on my mind yesterday. I'm just like, you know what, friend? That's a good topic for YouTube. This is a good video for YouTube because I'm gonna talk about it because for so long I've been in denial. I'm just like, girl, fuck him. Girl, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, the way I be doing people out here now, where I don't give a fuck about nothing. So I'm so emotionalist now. And I had to think about it. I'm like, that's not even me. Like, that's not me. That's not who I am. Like, that's not me. Like, I'm not an emotional person. I'm a lover girl. But I'm not a lover girl no more. And I hate to be like that because I'm just like, don't let one bad situation dictate and determine who you are as a person. But I'm sorry. That heartbreak really did something to me. It did a number on me. It really did. And I'm so vulnerable about that. Like, I can be open about that. But that's my whole point of my YouTube channel and my social media platform is I am very open. I speak from experience with a lot of shit, which makes me so relatable, which makes me so, why people watch me. Why people watch me and stuff like that, because it's relatable, because a lot of people go through the same shit that I went through. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people is grieving someone that they once loved that is actually still here. You know what I'm saying? I think the one thing that hurt me the most about this situation is having to let go of someone who I once was so madly in love with. I had to let it go because he had been let go. But he never said anything. He never said goodbye. He never said it's not gonna work. He never, nothing. He just popped out with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Just popped out with somebody else, and that was it. Didn't care if I was gonna see it. Didn't care how I felt. Didn't care how that made me feel. Didn't care about everything that I literally had just did for him prior. Nothing. Didn't care about anything. He got what he needed, and that's just what that really was. He got what he needed. He got what he came for. And when I say he got what he came for as in he got what he needed to be together. He didn't want to be together because he really wanted me. He really cared about me. He really loved me. Just got me with me for a different reason. And I think that is the hardest part for me to wrap my head around, is knowing the reason why he got with me in the first place. And I really think that is the part that bothered me the most, was out of everybody, you did me like that. Me? Whitney. You know what I'm saying? You did Whitney like that, me like that. And he'll never see it like that. He'll never see it like that. He's never going to understand it like that. And maybe one day he will. Maybe one day. One day he will. One day I may get an apology one day. I don't know. But maybe one day I'll get an apology. But I think for me, is that gives me peace, is that I have already healed from that situation months ago, but I'm still grieving it. So obviously, I guess you could just say like I'm still healing, because I am still healing. I'm just in a whole better space of my healing process. I'm not crying and shit like that, but I do get sad here and there because I think about, because I still have on my phone like all of our pictures and, all pictures and videos and, text messages. So like I still have that shit on my phone. I moved that stuff to a different folder, but it's still there. And it's still there because like You know, like I still care about him. I should not care about him at all, but I still care about him. But I shouldn't care about him. But I want an apology because I did not deserve that. I want an apology. Like, I want that, and I feel like I deserve that apology. I deserve the apology. I deserve the acknowledgement. I deserve that. And I really stand on that because I do deserve that. I did not deserve the fucking hurt that I went through. I really didn't.